Jensen Mental Performance Group. We've got a Region 4 Classic coming up for you here tonight live from Skyridge High School as the Falcons prepare to take on the Lone Peak Knights. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Pleased to be joined by Moose Bingham. Moose, we got a matchup of top 5 teams in the state going to battle here tonight between Lone Peak and Skyridge.
It's not even top 5, it's top 3, Dane. We've got 2 versus 3, and I put a poll out on Twitter. I said, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to win tonight? And there were about 300 people that voted, and the score was 52% Skyridge, 48% Lone Peak. So the whole state is sitting here on pins and needles ready for this game.
Well, you talk about pins and needles. This is a Skyridge team. They've lost the last 3 to Lone Peak, including a pair last season. This Lone Peak team, a little bit different than last year, Moose. Easton Comer can throw the ball down the field. They got a great outlet in Luke Hyde who can impact every phase of this game. If you're Lone Peak coming in, they're going against a vaunted Skyridge defense. What do you try to do offensively?
So offensively for Lone Peak, you got to give up whoever Smith Snowden's on first of all. If Luke Hyde is going against Smith Snowden, goodbye to that option. Smith Snowden shut down Cody Hagan, who's one of the most phenomenal receivers in the entire country. And Corner Canyon said, we'll just go to our other 3. But Lone Peak has to be very diverse in what they're doing. They have to pass the ball around, work it to where they need to go, and keep the Durfy Dozer out there going hard and strong.
He could be a big key tonight because he brings that physical style, but he's also good defensively, and he's going to be going up against one of the top quarterbacks in the state in McKay Hillstead for Skyridge.
Yeah, McKay Hillstead, absolute stud, and he's got one of the best tight ends in the state, Tegan Carlton, and Lone Peak has Max Bateman. So this is the type of game I love, battle of the tight ends, and if you can tell, there's a little bit of wind. I was seeing the kickers warming up from 70, trying to show the world what they're all about, flexing their quads, getting their hamstrings ready, and booting that ball all the way to about the base of the pylon.
It is a kicker-friendly night going north to south, and not a friendly night going south to north. So take advantage of it while you can. Skyridge, Lone Peak, you talk about it, Moose, a pair of top 3 teams in the state going head-to-head. Lone Peak wearing the all-white unis here, and Skyridge in the home grays. And we are about to be underway from Skyridge High School as the Falcons will watch the opening kickoff.
Give him
sail
3.
through the uprights.
Give
How about
him 3.
that, huh?
Woo! At least 1.
Love it.
Give
We were
him
talking
some.
with the coaches pregame about distance of field goals, and both said, I feel confident 50 and beyond. With the way the wind was blowing, we might see some state records drop tonight, Moose.
Oh, there's been some big state records. I think currently Justin Sorensen owns it at 68.
Not according to the rule book.
Okay.
According to the record book, it's 62.
62, who owns it?
I'd have to go and remember, Diamond Ranch is one of them, and I'd have to go look for the other one.
All right. Well, I'm excited to see McKay Hillstead with Jeter Fenton back there.
First down, Hillstead will throw, and this underneath going nowhere.
Whoa.
And look, Lone Peak, I'm sure they've heard all week about that vaunted Skyridge defense, but they got a pretty good one in their own right.
What's crazy about Lone Peak is they've got size all over the board. They've got corners that are 6'2". They've got, their defensive ends are 6'5" and 6'5". It's like watching the Winklevoss twins out there. It's crazy to see the size on a high school football field with
Connor
them.
Kelly has been great Siri as well. It's been a position of strength for Lone Peak in recent years. Is this ball thrown underneath? And that's McAllister with the reception for the Falcons. And Moose, he's got a first down.
Wow. So that's how you got to attack these guys. Go at the flats, see what you can get, take what you're given, and you can move down the field. What I like about McKay Hillstead, even though he's young, he's just a junior bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But he's got offers to Washington State. He's one of the top quarterbacks in his entire class, and you're going to see his recruiting explode throughout this next year.
Yeah, you will. He had a fantastic year last year and losing a lot of weapons, but he has still been great this year, throwing for over 1,400 yards. They stay on the ground here. That is Fenton with the carry. He'll have a couple yards.
Yeah, Jeter is an absolute stud. They haven't used him as much as he was used to last year, but with this type of offense, you've got a huge O-line led by Snoop Amaa. And it's coached by Bob Stevens, the former Alta coach and former BYU great. Had a tryout with the New England Patriots. So they know what they're doing. And with Snoop Alma on this line, you know schools like Virginia and Miami will be watching this broadcast.
Trips to the bottom of the screen. Hillstead stepping up in the pocket, evades Kelly, buying extra time. There's not a lot open down the field. He's going to tuck it, and Hillstead. Man, we talk about his arm, but you see the elusiveness there of the junior quarterback.
So Hillstead, he ran the 100-meter dash last year and got one of the slowest times in the final heat with 10.8.
Wow.
He flies, or it was between 10.8 and 10.9, but he was flying. Him and Smith Snowden have some real speed. You'll see Smith Snowden's out there, number 3, in the slot, and that's a dangerous mismatch. They'll bring him in for key critical situations and get the ball in their hands any way they can because Smith Snowden is an absolute force.
Yeah, he's top size, so 2x2 here on the formation. They're looking for Snowden, and that just goes through the fingertips, incomplete, and Lone Peak gets a third down stop.
So you'll see the wind is starting to play a factor right now. McKay's thought he should throw it a little bit hard, a little bit high, and it just was out of the reach of Smith Snowden, and he's going to want that one back, but at the end of the day, he's going to have a lot of opportunities, and what's interesting is they're rolling the dice here on their own 33.
Yeah, wow. 4th down and 6, and Skyridge here. Oh, set a little bit deeper. This will probably be a quick kick scenario, Moose, but no punter out, and indeed it is. Hillstead does not get friendly help from Mother Nature, and a backspin on the ball will be down at the 50.
I loved how the guy who caught the ball ran it forward about 5 yards to try to get a few more yards. I hate it when quarterbacks punt. Just personal preference. You put him in that A11 type situation where he's 6 yards away, it just puts you at risk of getting blocked. It's hard to watch, and he's going to want that one back.
Yeah. Moose, so I want to clarify, you were right. Justin Sorensen and Corey Lewis of Diamond Ranch tied for the state record 62-yard field goals, the 2 for the atop the state right now.
I remember that because Justin, I kicked with him at BYU. He'd be like, you could never have touched my record. And I'm like, you're right.
First down, pressure on Comer, gets out of it. Looking downfield, and that ball intercepted. Picked off by Skyridge as it was Dalton Young coming up with the interception. And on the first play, there is a turnover from Lone Peak, but a flag on the field.
Wow, what a play. But we'll see if the offense stays out. I wonder what's going on in that ref huddle over there.
Well, that was down the field. It was interesting because on the route, I think it was Christensen, he lost his footing, and it allowed the opportunity for Young to come up and make the pick. But it does look like offense heading off here for Lone Peak. Yeah, so the turnover stands.
Okay. So the refs have made it abundantly clear that they don't like me very much, but I still love them.
It's all in good fun, Moose.
That's a heck of a play, and that's a huge momentum turner. Comer is a great player, and he's going to have his confidence shaken a little bit, but I think he's going to come back even stronger and understand how to play the wind a little bit better after this. But what a heck of a play by Young.
So it was after the interception. There was a hold on Skyridge is what backed them up. They'll go on the ground, nothing doing. And this is where Connor Kelly's like, look, John Henry Daly, but I'm pretty good in my own right.
JHD who? Just kidding. John Henry Daly, one of my favorite human beings. His brother Michael Daly, I took him on an official visit to BYU. Love the Daly family. And that's the nice thing about this rivalry. There's good people on both sides. We can't say that for every rivalry in this state.
Yeah, and it's been a healthy rivalry. You think about they met in the semifinals last year, the way that game went and ended. But it has been battles in recent years as Hillstead throws that ball through the fingertips of EU Greco. And it's 2nd and long coming up here.
Man, Greco's a heck of a player. But that's a quick 1st, 2nd down to get to a 3rd down. And that's what's going to happen with this wind. It's such an advantage for whoever's going with it. And you want to get it as quick as possible because in these mountains, the wind can shut down as quick as it starts up.
That's the thing where usually in the evening it does start to die down. And it's, man, can you just hold going into it long enough as a carry here by Hillstead? I thought he was going to get through the one tackle, but Kelly going to be credited with it. Still a nice gain of 8, but won't be enough, and a 4th down coming up.
Yeah. McKay Hillstead is a phenomenal young man, though. He doesn't have the height that you'd look for, but he has all the speed. He has all the he is durable as they come. He's a great, great player to watch. And it looks like they're getting into a traditional punting situation now.
Moose, this will be into the wind, and Luke Hyde is back there. What do you do here if you're Skyridge? Quickly.
I would rugby punt it and drive it into the wind.
This in the air. Hyde calling for the fair catch. Will take it at the 45. And good field position for Lone Peak coming out. And really giving the wind, not bad distance on that punt.
You know what? This wind, it's going to come and go. You want to take advantage of it when you can. So I would have just waited till it just died down a little bit and then be like, okay, go, 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 go.
Start clapping real fast. Now. So second possession of the game. Comer threw the interception on the first attempt. And see if Lone Peak tries that air attack with the wind at their back, or if we'll see Jackson Willits, who's lined up in the pistol here.
I'd get some quick strikes going here, not towards Smith Snowden, anywhere but Smith Snowden, but try to find a way to get some quick ball.
Snowden matched up on Hyde. I like that defensively for Skyridge as they do go on the ground, and Willits picking up 10 here on the carry. Good strong carry there from Jackson Willits.
Man, Willits must have been taking some notes from Luke Durfee this week. Luke Durfee, I was laughing before the game talking to the Skyridge coach. He's like, man, it takes 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 people to get that young man down. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. We'll go through all of the numbers in the entire English language to get Durfee down.
Last week, we interviewed Luke Durfee, and it was the first time I ever saw this young man without pads, and that dude is a tank. Like, he is a big boy. And they will use him at times in that running game, especially late as defenses wear down. First down, back with Willits, trying that right side. And Moose, one of the things, I mean, you look at these last two running plays, big lanes for Jackson Willits to take advantage of.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're running away from Tausilia Kana. Tausilia Kana, we need to talk about this young man more. 5-star kid, 4-star right now. He will be a 5-star. Offers from lower tier schools like Clemson, Oklahoma, Ohio State. I'm just kidding. The top of the top in the entire country want that young man's signature. He came in from Hawaii, played at Wasatch last year, but he moved into Skyridge boundaries, and they love having a kid of his caliber.
Number 45, the top down lineman on that defensive line on this play. Pressure coming from the Falcons, looking deep for Hyde, and that ball just a yard over the top of Luke Hyde. Snowden there in coverage.
Smith Snowden's like a blanket. I mean, he's a cold you can't get rid of if you're a wide receiver. He's going to be on you all night like stank.
I mean, it's, you think about this young man. Started as a freshman, if I recall correctly.
Yes, he did.
Now a junior, and he's just gotten better. I mean, he's got to be one of the better cover corners the state's had in a long time, Moose.
So Smith actually got really frustrated with me. I ranked him as my second best corner last year behind Isaac Larson. And they were like, Moose, did you watch any games last year? Do you know what you're doing? And I'm like, apparently not. Smith Snowden, every single school in the country is going to want that young man on their team.
That wind blustering here on third down. Caught. And a first down here for Lone Peak. Ooh. As it's McChesney with his first reception and a first down.
Crew McChesney, nothing better than that young man.
There it is.
You must love Crew getting out there, getting the ball, and getting her done. He's as sure-handed as they come.
Did you work on that this week?
Nah.
It sounds really strong tonight, Moose.
It is. I have to edit myself on the live broadcast a lot.
7:10 here left in the first quarter. Comer gonna hand off. Willits picking through. Nice carry for Jackson again, moving the pile. A gain here of 7.
One interesting thing on that play, Smith came out the other way thinking he had the tackle and flew right through. And I was like, that's not where you're supposed to be. The ball's going the other way. But Willits is running like a man possessed right now. Yeah. I like it. One of the coaches called me last week. He said, my running back's running like he's angry at the grass. And I love it. That's how Willits is running.
He's in the backfield here on 2nd and short. It's an experienced offensive line. They're dealing with pressure here. And Willits brought down after a gain of a yard. Nice job getting to the feet there.
Well, what's crazy is Skyridge was actually getting some pressure in there. But I mean, Lone Peak getting back to the line, doing all this, it's a huge credit to their offensive line. In Joe Brown and Trevor Pay and all these offensive linemen, they're not good, they're great.
3rd and short, and it's Willits still in the backfield. Kind of surprised they didn't go with the Durfee Dozer, but it's 3rd and 2 here. Got to get to the 25. Willits has it. First down, Lone Peak, as he takes it to the 23, a gain of 5.
Man, what are they feeding Willits this week? He must have hopped on the Durfee diet.
Wheaties and a lot of beef, right?
You know what? Wheaties is just, between you and me, it's the worst tasting cereal.
It's not good. It's not good.
Like, everyone's like, the dream is to be on a Wheaties box. I'm like, heck, I'd rather be on Cocoa Puffs, Lucky Charms. There's so many other better.
No, underrated.
What?
Grape nuts.
No.
No? All right. You get enough sugar on there?
Yeah. You got to have the whole entire counter of sugar on there.
I don't need cereal. First down, and this time Willits met at the line. There's that Skyridge defense. Look, Moose, this was a team that did not give up a point through the first 4.5 weeks of the season.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. I mean, the good thing is Lone Peak is in field goal range now.
Yeah.
They're confident in kicking a field goal with either one of their kickers, Ian Sanchez or Brandon Carr. So that's what's going to be really nice, is they're going to be confident they'll be walking away with at least 3 points on the board.
If you can get it between the uprights. I mean, that's the other question with a wind like this. Fortunately, right now it's mostly behind, but that aim will be important. 2nd and 10. Hyde running deep. They're going to look for him to the back corner, and Hyde going for the one-handed grab. Just had it sneak out.
Luke Hyde, phenomenal kid, great speed, already has offers to schools like Utah and USF. He's got options for sure, and he's just a great kid. Lone Peak, they love having him here, and it's interesting because a lot of times kids from around the state will find their way onto Region 4 teams because they're competitive and want to play against the best.
I'm a big fan, believer, iron sharpens iron. So go play against the best. We were talking with Coach Lehman about that. The mental resiliency that builds in a group, as his defense now trying to get off on a 3rd and 10. Comer looking deep for McChesney. Incomplete. What a play made defensively by Jace Doman.
Jace Doman, a transfer from Pleasant Grove. He's a heck of a player. He doesn't like to throw the ball, but he said he'd pick off his dad if he ever had the chance. But you love seeing Crew McChesney out there getting it done. But he'll have more opportunities out there. But I love seeing the kickers out. And what's interesting is the wind just died.
Yeah. 40-yard field goal here for Lone Peak, looking for the first points of the contest. And this kick is up, and this is good. 3-0. Lone Peak has the lead. 4:21 left here in the opening quarter. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week. We want to take a moment and just thank some of our sponsors of Lone Peak football. We've covered every Lone Peak in-state game this year. And Fairbanks Orthodontics, trust your smile to a specialist. Fairbanks Orthodontics, a proud sponsor of Lone Peak football. Also want to thank Berkshire Hathaway is celebrating their 35th year in business. Thank you for always thinking of Berkshire Hathaway for all your real estate needs, for you, for life, your forever realtors, Berkshire Hathaway.
Man, speaking of Berkshire Hathaway, I'd be willing to bet my house that this ball goes through the end zone right now.
The wind's kind of dying down here.
At least to the end zone,
yeah,
not
at least
through
to
the end
zone. At least I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Gotta love it. This will be a heck of a kick. Carr's been working on his form. Called me up a couple times. It was great working with him. He's a good kid.
This one, Moose, looks like you have a roof over your head tonight.
Woo! My wife wouldn't have been pumped about that.
She wouldn't have been happy.
Someone would have called me up, and I would have had to pay the Pied Piper.
I was gonna say we'd have some angry text messages coming across.
Should we have our question of the week? The question you posed to me that I got right?
Sure. Yeah. So here's your Moose Bingham Realty question of the week, where we bet Moose's house. I did tell Moose, I was like, if you get this right, I owe you something. Fortunately, we didn't go to a house level, but Moose has something coming up. The question was, which quarterback has thrown for the most yards in a single game this year? It might surprise you. Moose did get it right, by the way. It's on a first down carry here for Skyridge, not much for Jeter Fenton.
How about this? Tweet me or text me, and I'll give you a big thumbs up if you get it right.
All right, there you go.
And we'll let it go probably in the second quarter.
What's the handle, Moose? Where can people reach you?
At MooseB90. If you guys get that right, that's a fun thing to do during the game.
It is a fun thing. I like it.
If you guys get it wrong, you all owe me $1. My Venmo is Moose Bingham.
2nd and 10.
Got that 2x2 formation, no one in the backfield, but you've got the tight end there detached.
It's got to be so tempting to attack down the field, and nearly a one-handed snag, but it snuck out of Ayu Greco and out of his fingertips. That was Josh Davis, the tight end.
Josh Davis is a very interesting prospect. Do you want to know where he was playing last year?
Well, I was going to say Alta, but that was several years ago.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah. No, he's not at Weaver right now. Josh Davis was actually at Lone Peak.
Oh.
Tight end came out of there, transferred to Skyridge. So sometimes you switch between schools in the region, like Jace Doman and Josh Davis.
Another third down here for Skyridge. Hillstead has some green in front of him, and Hillstead has the first down, gets an extra block and is out of bounds at the 35, 36-yard line.
His coach was there to save him. He said, "Don't keep running, young man. I'll save you. I've got you, boy."
I'll tell you, I mean, that is like more precious than gold. McKay Hillstead makes this offense work. You got to keep him healthy, man. You don't want him sliding all over the place and slipping on turf and Gatorade bottles. You got to keep him upright.
Last year when he was starting as a sophomore for the first time, they're like, "Screw it, do whatever you want, run around." This year they're like, "Please be safe."
Trips to the top of the screen. Hillstead, that throw caught over the middle. Catch made by Fenton. A gain there of 8.
A lot of people have been critical of the Skyridge passing attack this year, and the wide receivers are sick of it. They're saying, "You know what? We're good. We're not just good, we're great. We're in Region 4.
And I actually like, hey, let's get Jeter Fenton out into a route, right? Great running back for them, but get the hands down the field, and they'll go 5 wide again here on 2nd and short. Hillstead looking, stepping up, and he'll slide there, first down. And boy, guys came on after he was on the ground.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. Got to be careful out there, McKay. But McKay's a durable young kid. One thing I like about Region 4 is the weightlifting program at each one of these schools. When I played football, it was like, hey, we've got a class, show up, maybe not, Moose, go get some Krispy Kremes for everyone.
That's what weightlifting was in my day. It was an excuse to eat donuts.
Yeah. Now they're like, I will see you at 5:30 a.m. and after school at 3:30 and right before you go to bed at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
It's the Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality out here.
Pretty much. How about a little trickeration here as that snap goes to Jeter, kind of fake the handoff to Hillstead, and Fenton takes it ahead for a gain of 5.
Snap keeps the ball. Gain of 6 yards on the play.
You like what you're seeing from Skyridge on this drive, Moose?
Oh, I absolutely love it. It's fun to see the advancements of just offenses in general, how technical they are, what they get done, and how smart these kids are. I mean, it used to be learn a route tree and maybe you can figure it out. Now they're very intelligent.
How about the one-hand snag on the snap from Hillstead, able to bring that down and gets it out quickly to Fenton. Another short gain here of 3, bring up a 3rd and short.
McKay can just do it all. He's a Britton Covey type player. Maybe not as shifty, but a heck of a lot faster.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, that snap had some decent velocity on it. To pluck that out one-handed?
Yep. And the center looks like it's Garrett King, and he's a heck of a player. I mean, there's just guys littered throughout this whole entire roster. Coming into the game, I was talking to Ethan Manumaliuna, my former teammate at BYU. He's like, I've got cousins here.
Pressure coming on Hillstead. He's able to evade it. Hillstead down the sideline has the first down. And man, this is why this kid is so tough. You bring pressure, he sees it, gets out, picks up the first down.
Yeah, shades of Covey. That's what I got to say, shades of Covey. And I don't make that comparison lightly.
Yeah.
Every single kid I've talked to, they're like, I'm as tall as Covey, so I'm automatically as good. And I'm like, nay.
Yeah. It's it's one of the sad things when you have a guy like Britton Covey. I think of a Reggie Bush in college. So many guys are like, I'm like Reggie. He's like, no, you're not, right? And it's like Covey, same thing. He's like, no, Britton was different. And anyway, first down, Skyridge. Pressure coming up the middle. And I thought that was a snag, but it was knocked loose. And Boy, they're in coverage. Couldn't tell if he got a hand on it or not. It was number 23. Don't have a 23 on our roster for Lone Peak, but that was a tough throw by Hillstead that nearly made a heck of a grab by McAllister.
Yeah, Connor McAllister out there. I think that ball might have gotten away from McKay Hillstead a little bit, but he made an athletic play, and it just got away from him. It always cracks me up when receivers drop a pass. They look at their hands like they've been betrayed. They're like, we've worked on this. Screen pass.
Underneath, man in front. Oh, shoelace tackle, but sometimes that's all it requires. It was Fatisi Manu coming up with the
tackle?
The stop short of the first.
The shoelace tackle. The prayer, that was answered right there.
And if it's not,
that
he's
could
got
be
a first
6.
down and more. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's definitely getting colder, so if someone wants to run me a nice hot chocolate, we need to get Steven sponsoring this show.
Hey, you wore shorts, Moose. Like, what do you expect?
I also wore a jacket thinking that would do the trick.
Third and short on the ground. Fenton, first down for Skyridge, moving that pile. And with that, the first quarter will come to, well, they'll stop the clock to move the sticks. There's 4 seconds left here.
That's another foul.
Now they'll wind it, and that will be the quarter. First quarter coming to a close at Skyridge, 3-0. Lone Peak has the lead after 1. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week.
At Skin Science Institute, we take pride in the fact that we have built a fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment, including the ability to work with local influencers as well as medical business professionals to assist in career planning. Come check out why Skin Science Institute was recently voted Best School. For information, visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com or follow us on Instagram at Skin Science Institute.
Welcome back here. Start of the second quarter. Lone Peak, Skyridge, 3-0 Knights. But hey, McKay Hillstead, he's got to breathe a sigh of relief. Now the wind at his back. I mean, we can now launch this sucker, huh?
Not just him, the kickers are excited as well. They're like, let's just get a sack and get a 50-yard field goal here. But right now, if I were to say something, a song that would represent this game, it would be, "Brr! It's cold up here. There must be some polars in the atmosphere." Goodness.
First down, Skyridge, Hillstead. Boy, looking deep, has a man, and that ball overthrown. Boy, I was going to say he looked a little deer in the headlight initially, but that was just a juke as there's a penalty flag behind the play and maybe roughing the passer here.
Yeah, Nick Siri roughed the passer for sure. And he's like, "Ref, what can I do?" He looks like a runner right there. He was a blur going past me, but I felt good about it. But, targeting as well. But we learned last week that targeting doesn't kick you out of the game.
Correct. So I actually had a conversation with an official this last week, and he said, look, targeting does not kick you out. The only thing it does is a personal foul. If it's an egregious targeting, then we would add a personal foul on top of that, and then there would be an ejection. So I got that clarified this week. We're not getting duped 2 weeks in a row, Moose.
Oh, absolutely not. The refs told me before the game, they said, "Hey, Dane, if you have a question, we will answer it. If Moose does, tell him to go elsewhere." We don't want that piece.
Hey, you could be officials' friends too. Low snap picked up by Hillstead, and he's going to come near side trying to evade tacklers. He'll stretch inside the 20, gain there a 5 for McKay.
Every single ref in the entire state has been watching our broadcast here on KSL, knowing it's the game of the week. And they said, you have said one too many critical jokes of us.
Oh, that's not true. Look,
the zebra comments we don't take lightly too.
We're just going to, week by week, Moose, we're just going to have you come along, man. We're just going to have you come along, come along. Be a 2nd and 6 here.
We got number 1 back there, Tate Walker. Fun kid, tore his ACL right before the season last year. It's fun to see him out there now.
He'll get the carry. Nice little shift there laterally and then plowing ahead. Gain of 4 here for Tate.
Good job, Tate. I love featuring a player right before they get the ball.
That's when you know you're dialed in, Moose. Like, I'm calling plays up here, man.
Tony Romo, get out the way. NFL Sunday night, we're coming for you.
That's right. You know it. You know it. I got a long way to go to beat Jim Nance, but you're real close to Tony.
Oh, yeah. If only I could pick up his golf game. Did you know he was playing in the Utah Pro-Am?
I did know that.
Didn't do too hot.
Well, he did better than I would. 3rd and short here. everybody at the line of scrimmage. On the ground, and a 1st and goal coming up here as Fenton takes this inside the 5 to the 2.
Run by number 6, Junior Fenton.
You know, the other thing, Moose, this is kind of interesting, almost taking a note out of the playbook of Lone Peak last week. How about Skyridge just taking time off the clock in this first half with running, kind of short throws, and just bit by bit?
Well, it's a brilliant strategy because they're playing against the wind, and they're trying to get as much clock off as they're going against the wind. But now they can be really creative. They've got 3-4 downs to get in.
Again, jumbo package here on 1st and goal. Play action, Hillstead looking, not a lot of room. Gonna try to thread this, and this is overthrown.
I think he was just getting rid of that, getting it away. If he takes a sack there,
Yeah.
that's a bad deal.
Yeah.
But smart play. Let's get back to the line. Let's go big on big. This Lone Peak Knight defensive line is big, but the Skyridge offensive line is huge. So I want to see an immovable object. I don't even know the rest of the saying, but that doesn't matter.
Get moved?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
An unstoppable force
Second
getting
down,
after an
that ball
immovable
came
object.
out. Skyridge looked like they got back on it, and they did. So a wasted down there, and Moose all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal here.
It's interesting to see that happen all the time when you're so close to the end zone.
Yeah.
Just saw it in the BYU game where their kicker had to kick a 50-yard field goal and they were 1st and goal from the 2. Just miscommunications, things happen because it seems to be so easy to get in, but you can't have routes develop. The defense knows that you don't have to cover a deep third. It's just get after it.
Maybe lost a yard on that play, so it's going to be 3rd and goal here from the 2. And Moose, same formation, man. We're going jumbo again here on 3rd down. On the ground, Fenton into the end zone, touchdown, Skyridge.
So there's some jumbo things I love in this world. Jumbo packages and jumbo shrimp. It's so good to see both of those things on a Friday night.
I love the patience by Fenton too, right? I mean, recognizes maybe not there initially, but able to just be patient, let the hole develop, and then take it in.
This is such a funny crowd right here. We saw fake money get thrown around instead of baby powder, which I kind of like a little bit better than baby powder. The last few weeks, that coming into my face, I did not thoroughly enjoy. But the fake money is hilarious on so many different realms.
You know, the baby powder for me was causing all sorts of respiratory challenges.
We've dealt with the smoke enough. I don't want baby powder as well coming into my lungs. Smoke, smog, and baby powder. That's what my lungs are made of at this point.
7-3, the advantage here for Skyridge. And want to thank our sponsors here of Game Night Live Rewind. It's presented by Heidemann & Associates, a full-service law firm. Locations in Utah County. If you have any legal needs, Heidemann & Associates will take care of you. For a free consultation, call 801-754-4240. Heidemann & Associates will take care of you. Whether there's living will and trust or business, personal dispute, they got your back.
All I know from now on, I'll be wearing my Macklemore coat that I got thrift shopping to all of these broadcasts.
Yeah, it hits October, Moose, and it gets serious real fast in the state as this ball through the back of the end zone.
You weren't joking about October. Usually I look forward to October.
No.
The beautiful leaves we could see on the mountain, the amazing nice hot chocolate at the end of the day that I get from, I can't even remember the company right now. I'll get it later.
Stevens?
No, I don't do Stevens. I do, oh crap. It's a Utah local company actually. I'll figure it out.
Well, they're not going to sponsor us now.
I know.
That got just blasted out of the room. 1st and 10 here for Lone Peak after the touchback, and the first drive for the Knights going into the wind here. They'll go on the ground on 1st down. Willits, man, look at the blocking up front for Lone Peak as he takes it for 11.
Willits is just getting it done tonight. Running hard, getting it done.
Willits, gain of 11 yards.
I mean, the ground game is just chunking up this Skyridge defense. I've been surprised by that, Moose.
Yeah. Skyridge has some big bodies, but a lot of the time they have to move those guys to offense. I've noticed that Ross, for example, he's been playing offensive line most of the year, where he can be a phenomenal defensive tackle, and that's where he's projected at the next level.
1st down, Skyridge trying to bring pressure. Willett's running right at it and stood up there near the line, driven back, but they'll give him a yard.
So
go ahead.
Even though he stood up, his legs were still turning. That's what you got to see from a running back. Even when he gets hit, keep going, be like the Energy Bunny. Go get those extra yards. Keep your feet churning because good things happen, and Willits knows that.
It was one of the things Coach Lehman talked to us about is those running lanes, the gaps that Lone Peak tries to create. First half, they're doing it again here.
I mean, the gaps made today, it's like looking at a country bumpkin's teeth.
Yeah. Or mine. I've got a nice one in my A gap. Kick a field goal, Moose.
Michael Strahan has the best one,
He does. Mine's not quite at that level. Maybe one day. This toss here, Willett's not a lot to do as that Skyridge defense flowed so well.
Shuffle pass over to 34.
More money. $1.
Gain of 2 yards on the
Goodness.
play. On the stop.
I was going to make jokes, but then it's high school football. I was like, I should probably stay away from that one.
Dollar bill, yeah. Stay away from it, Dane, as long as you want to keep your job.
Yeah, right, exactly. 7:30 left here in the first half, and a 3rd and 8 coming up here for Lone Peak. Moose, how aggressive are you here for the Knights going into the wind?
I feel like you got to go into the wind aggressively. I mean, this is 4-down territory for me because your punter might get 20 yards, but who cares?
Wow. Bingham's being aggressive. Comer will too. He's looking far side, and that nearly intercepted as it goes out of play, incomplete, intended for Christensen.
Let's see what they do. There's a conversation going on, and it looks like the punter won.
I mean, I would guess if you're going deep, you probably aren't planning on a 4th and 8.
So anytime I'd be punting into the wind, I would be as far away from the coach as I possibly could, especially in a go-for-it situation. I'd be like, you should take it. I don't want to ruin my average, coach.
Hey, man, we got stats and recruiting we're going after here, huh?
There's colleges looking at me, coach.
That's right. It's like quarterbacks taking a knee. It's almost like in basketball. They've gotten rid of taking the heave-ho. Is this punt angled?
Oh.
And just has to get on it. I thought he was down. Yes, he was.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we can't waste carries and stuff like that, man. We got to be thinking. We got families to think about, huh?
Man, Dan, going into every one of these games, I picture my mother. She used to wash my mouth out with soap and Tabasco sauce if I would swear. Woo. And I learned.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, I also learned how to swear from my mother. She had the mouth of a sailor.
I was gonna say, it becomes situational at that point, right?
I was like, why don't you have to use the soap? One time she had to bite into it. And I'm like, as long as I want to be on this broadcast, I have to imagine the soap and the Tabasco.
Pretty much.
I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, it's a family program, Moose. That's what we aim for. 1st and 10 after the punt. 6:54 left here in the second. Draw for Hillstead. And he'll pick up a pair there. It's a nice job by Lone Peak. Kelly there to help stop him.
It's always fun watching McKay. You could see him run about 10, 20 yards and maybe gain 2, or see him run 2 yards and gain 10, 20. It's crazy to watch that young man and his speed and what he does.
We still have another year of him, which is awesome. We do have an official's timeout here. Hillstead looking like he's having to come over, have something looked at. Maybe he's got something on his left wrist. I can't tell if that's the play band or a band, but they're going to take a look, and we'll take a moment here as well. Thanks to some of the sponsors. Again, Lone Peak Football on Game Night Live Rewind. Stroformance. At Stroformance, we build athletes using the latest science, data, and technology to get results no one else can. We are the athletes' one-stop shop, offering physical therapy, massage, nutrition, and mental coaching, recovery, and yoga. No one will build athletes better than Stroformance, sponsor of Lone Peak Football.
It's interesting. Jordan Pendleton used to be the strength coach here, and I saw a video of him and Dave Stroshine getting their bench on together. They're like, we'll cross lines. This isn't Montague and Capulet. We want to see everyone getting better.
I mean, they probably weren't lifting that much. What, 800 pounds or so?
Oh, I think it was an easy 2K, 1 ton.
I'll tell you, like.
And McKay's coming off. Looks like we've got a new QB in the lineup. Wonder why that is.
Well, they were pointing at his wrist. I didn't know if it was equipment or if there was maybe something he had to get taped up.
Did he have blood on him?
I don't know. That was the basis for that timeout, was to get something looked at. So, I mean, Maybe a chance here for Fenton on 2nd and long. Indeed, that's the case. He's ahead across the 50, and now Hillstead will come back on. Hey, you earned a letter, right? There we go. Check.
Is it one play?
In Idaho, where things are done right, it was one play. I don't know what it is in Utah.
Oh, you potato diggers up there.
Yeah, you know it. You know it. Bring up a 3rd and 4 here for Skyridge.
Good little student section there from Lone Peak. Way to travel well, all 5 miles.
Back to the ground. Fenton looking for a lane, won't find one. Dropped behind the line, and leading the way there for the Knights was Takeo Hansen. He's a baller, Moose.
Takeo, his team's playing right now Utah State. They just got 3 on the board against BYU, 10-3. But Takeo Hansen, he's underrated. He is an absolute baller. He can make plays on special teams. He plays DB. He can play linebacker the next level. He's 6'3", and he's as mean as a copperhead snake.
And you want to talk about athleticism. He was the guy who had the 94-yard kickoff return in the semis to beat Skyridge last year. Snap is high, gathered, and away. Oh, man. Maybe the best outcome you could have hoped for, but a returnable ball here and a big hit put on up the sidelines. And now pushing after the play. Got to get this separated, and they do.
There's our Chips Cookie Chippy play of the game.
There it is.
Ah! Gotta love it.
Free sponsor. Man, we gotta do something.
Dusty, call Chip Cookie right now.
We're tired of this free sponsorship stuff, man.
That's it. Crumble Cookie crumbling away of the game.
There you go.
I'm no respecter of persons. Pepsi, Cola, give us both a call.
All sorts of creative opportunities available.
Contact Dusty Lister.
That's right.
And or Moose Bingham and or Dane Stewart.
Any one of us. We'll take care of you. Lone Peak starting this drive at the 43 and nowhere to go on the first down carry.
Carrying the ball is 34.
Willits will get to the line of scrimmage. Nothing else.
To the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd down.
Moose, it feels like the Skyridge defense has kind of gotten in the flow of what I expected from them today.
Yeah, they settled down a lot. But this game, it's still young. I thought it'd be a little more high scoring. 7-3. The wind and the cold are definitely taking a factor. It's not like we're in Wisconsin, though. We're still in Utah.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. Comer. Pistol formation. He'll throw. That just behind the target. Was looking for our foreign boy, McChesney.
Crew McChesney.
There it is.
He could have gotten the ball. You gotta love Crew.
He is domestic. I didn't mean to throw anything his way, but I was just looking for the accent.
No, Crew, he's a great young lad. Does everything right. His father hit me up after the game. He's like, I was listening to you from New York. This is an international podcast, or international broadcast. And he says, I love the accent. Keep it going. I'll get our crest sent out to you so you can get more official for next week.
I was going to say, it either got snickered or approved. It sounded like it got approved. So, 3rd
step
and
of
10.
approval from the McChesney clan.
Pressure coming on Comer. It's picked up. Looking for McChesney, and that is short, incomplete. We'll bring up a 4th down.
The wind has been very difficult, to be honest with you. You don't anticipate it, but it becomes very difficult very fast. And I love that we get Crew back next year. He's a junior. He's a kid I wouldn't be surprised seeing at BYU, Stanford, Vanderbilt. Very smart kid, but very athletic as well. He'll test well when it comes down to it during the testing circuit.
Inside of 4 minutes to go here, Lone Peak will punt on 4th and 10. Into the wind here. Remember, Skyridge had some trouble on that last punt. This kick away, and that's well done. Fielded at the 20. And taken down at the 24. Good coverage there for the Knights. Is coming up to make the stop was Mackay Smith.
Braden did a great job with that on the rugby punt, coming out and getting that end-over-end kick, and that's how you really are successful as a punter into the wind. End over end. If you do the traditional spiral, it has to be perfect. Perfect. And to do it the right way, and there's about one kid in this state that can do it, and he plays for BYU right now. One of your favorite kids. His brother played for Idaho State, but it's difficult.
Moose, All right, we got to educate the state. I know you guys don't respect potato country. It's the University of Idaho, the Vandals. Costa Rica played for Idaho, not Idaho State.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. That's how most people feel. First down, Hillstead rolling, and he'll pick up a yard. That'll be it.
Yeah. No, Ryan Rico right now for BYU is an NFL leg. It's crazy to watch. But all these kids, they should be emulating him, watching him, being like Ryan. I want to be like Ryan. Remixing the Like Mike soundtrack from the 90s.
You know, not to make this about myself, but here we go. I mean, Idaho's kind of like Punter U. That's what we are. Every year we've got like one of the best in terms of average. Well, because we punt every possession, Moose, and we play in a dome. So we just launched that sucker.
Oh gosh.
2nd and 10.
Smith Snowden in motion. Watch out for him at the top of the screen.
Not been targeted yet, but he's open here, and Hillstead retreating.
Using the ref.
Yeah, using the white hat there for an extra blocker. I love it, man. Part of the field.
Way to go. The ref was like, don't run towards me. Run away. Run away.
They were fortunate because it looked like Snowden was going to have that inside route deep over the middle and just couldn't get it to him.
Yep. Ooh. You love watching, if you get the chance, watch Snoop Ama'a during these plays. Such an aggressive player, and you love to see it. And he's lost a lot of weight, too, to become a phenomenal offensive tackle, but I still project him as a guard at the next level.
3rd and 10 for Skyridge. Back to 5 receivers for the Falcons. Hillstead, quick out, push out a play there, and a gain of 3, maybe 4. Bring him a 4th down and a punt here for the Falcons.
Snoop has been impressive. One of the funny things about him, right before the season came, I came out with my 1st and 2nd team All-State for Utah. Just going into the season, you never know what's going to happen. I didn't put him on it. He was ticked. He's like, who do you think you are, Moose? I'm like, well, I put 4 guards on there. You didn't quite make it, buddy. You were the 5th. He's like, at least put me in as an alternate, but by the end of the season, I'll be 1st team All-Moose Utah. I'm like, all right, we'll see. I like it. I like the confidence, but this punter, get ready for the longest punt in Skyridge history right here.
Wind at his back, good snap. Boy, he bobbled it just for a moment. This ball does get help from Mother Nature, and Hyde able to take the fair catch at the 28.
A little tough time with these snappers and punters going on here. One thing I did to become a better punter was I hopped on the jugs machine. Made sure that I could have good hands. At first it was stone hand moves, but by the end they got pretty soft. At least we got some rockin' music for you ladies and gentlemen, getting her done out here.
Amp it up here, 3:14 to go the first half.
In all reality, we don't want the student section jumping. We don't trust the structures built here.
Yeah, Moose, we want to keep him on ground, so we'll had a chain malfunction here.
Come on, chain gang.
Trying to get that sorted out. There we go.
You guys are making the big bucks when the head coaches are making big bucks too.
That's right. There's so much money to go around, huh?
I mean, they should just call this the money league with how much money's flowing through Utah high school football.
Yeah. 1st and 10 on the ground. Willits trying that right side. Willits ahead for a gain of 9. That ball came out. I think they called it. I think they had it down. Yes, they did. Play was down, so gain of 9 there.
Man.
Westover.
That's the one thing you can't do as a running back. Get those 5 points secured and get her done.
Both teams still with all 3 timeouts left in this first half, and interesting to see how aggressive Lone Peak wants to be here. 2:45, the clock moving.
You got to be aggressive because you're going against the wind right now. You got to bleed the clock out and get at least a field goal range.
Comer fires that complete first down for Lone Peak. Hansen with the reception, a gain of 2.
That's why you do the sleds in the off season. You try to get that foot away. You use your drive, your leg, your momentum. No one has a big enough leg strength like Bo Jackson to pop your femur out of your socket. But Takeo Hansen, I like the strength to try to drive his man, pulling 180 pounds behind him.
Moose, do you attack here?
Oh, I attack at all times.
Willits contacted that line, got through the first man, not through the next 4. but they'll give him 2 on the carry.
I love the yak, though. I mean, he was hit 2 yards behind the field, and he gained about 4 yards after that first moment of contact. Willits is being very awesome.
Number 45, Cecilia Kana.
Clock down to 1:40 and still moving here. Lone Peak seeming content to not push it. Don't want to give the ball back to Skyridge. But we haven't seen them really attack the wind here offensively.
No, but you're seeing the clock bleed out.
Yeah.
Lone Peak knows that it's halftime's coming up, and they're going to get the wind again at least for
There it
half
is.
of next time.
Looking deep, intended for McChesney and overthrown.
Man.
For number 3, Crew McChesney.
These defensive backs are really good. Jace Doman, absolute stud. Smith Snowden, he's great. It's hard to attack these guys on the edges. And down the middle, you've got Tausilia Kana coming in hot. So it's really fun to watch all this. Big third down here. Let's see if they can continue the clock or if someone's going to call a timeout to preserve it.
1:20 to go. Third down. Chance here for Skyridge to get off the field. That knocked loose, intended for Hanson, but how about the job coming up there by Saxton Higbee, the junior, coming up with a big hit and stop.
Saxton, I love it. Got up with some attitude. It's like a Will Osborne out there, or an Eric Weddle, just getting after it, hitting the players hard, and I love seeing DBs with ferocious intensity.
And let's give him a little bit of credit, right? I know you say softening up the game, but that's one where 5 years ago, guys coming in blowing it up. Look, we're going shoulder to shoulder on that. It's going to be physical, but we're not going to come and just like light someone high.
Oh!
Gets over the head. In trouble here and still gets it away, but this angled out of bounds. No, in play, picked up and out of bounds at the 38. And just like that, Moose, a mistake, and Skyridge in business with 1:03 to go.
Special teams are what it's all about. You have to get great special teams going. And if you can't get the snap to the puncher, that's a 50-yard change of yardage. It's crazy to me that you don't spend a lot of time on long snappers and punting.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bad time to have something like that happen. And Skyridge with all 3 timeouts.
Well, you're in field goal range now.
Yeah, completely.
And this could get away from Lone Peak really quick.
This is a big drive for both sides. 1:03 to go. Hillstead in the shotgun. Good pocket. Looking. Oh, boy, I tell you what, you got to keep your eye on the ball there as Cloward was able to get up in the air and couldn't deflect it. Fortunate that because McKay almost dropped that right in the bucket.
Man, getting chippy down there again. It looks like there was a penalty either on Snoop or on number 9, who is Tegan.
Yeah, it was called on Skyridge. So there was a Lone Peak player on the down that was on the ground. Skyridge dove on him. That's the penalty.
Excessive blocking.
No, it's one. It's first down. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that call. I just call it great aggression, great plays.
It'll be second down and really long after that play.
No, it was on the play. Live ball.
Our officials, our white hat still had his mic on, so everyone could hear that, and it was amplifying things. There was some confusion around whether you replay the down or not. You do, so that's what we were trying to get clarified, and it's in place. So it'll be 1st and 25 here for Skyridge, 58 seconds to go. Motion there. Hillstead gonna keep it himself. Whew! Look at that Lone Peak defense, huh? Connor Kelly again, including the Durfee Dozer.
Durfee Dozer, you always love that. He does a great job getting her done. The Durfee Dozer. What a great nickname for him.
I love
Joined
it.
by me.
I love it. I love it.
If he doesn't change his Twitter handle to that, there's something wrong going on here.
The wind has died down a little bit, but we still haven't seen Skyridge really attack down the field. Hillstead stepping up on the run here. Gets that ball complete. And it's going to be offensive PI. This is going to come back, Moose.
Shooting themselves in the foot.
Don't know if you could see it on the camera, but there were two receivers in the air, and the one was kind of like moving screen. That would have been called in basketball. Certainly isn't going to fly here.
These must be some basketball refs. Let them play. Let the boys play, ref.
Well, at least there wasn't a block charge call, right? That would get Dusty up in arms.
Number 9.
That only happens in Carbon.
Number 9, 15-yard penalty.
The Carbon zing, Moose. I love it.
Oh,
You're going to
gosh.
fit in great with the Rewind family.
Oh, man.
Another penalty.
Skyridge has been going the wrong way this whole time.
Here's the thing, though. All these penalties are just wasting clock, right? I mean, you don't give the ball back to Lone Peak.
But look, they started the drive on the 38-yard line.
Run the ball 2 times, kick a field
And
goal.
now they're on the opposite 30.
Yeah, this is not a great down in distance. The scoreboard has it as 2nd and 42.
This is where you don't want to go to film the next day when it's like, let's watch
Yeah.
that series.
Yeah. How about no down linemen for Lone Peak? They're all flowing. Skyridge's going to go on the ground here, and no timeout by the Lone Peak sideline. That can be the last play if the side's elected to be, and that looks to be the case as the electoral votes come in. End of the first half, Moose, and the high-scoring affair we all thought, 7-3, Skyridge leading Lone Peak. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week.
At Skin Science Institute, we take pride in the fact that we have built a fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment, including the ability to work with local influencers as well as medical business professionals to assist in career planning. Come check out why Skin Science Institute was recently voted Best School. For information, visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com or follow us on Instagram at Skin Science Institute.
Settles down here for each side as Lone Peak will receive this second half kickoff.
What's absolutely crazy is watching the kickers with this wind. It gets colder and colder, and the ball gets harder and harder. So you don't even like to kick the ball in these types of games.
Well, that's why you wear padding in those soccer-style shoes.
Nope.
Number 36.
I wish.
Hey, it could be worse. You could have been a barefooter, huh?
Yeah.
Second half underway and another touchback. It's been that way all night long. That one to the base of the upright.
It's one of these philosophy type moments. It's like, it's always hard when you're cold, but until I met the man with no arms that couldn't shiver or something like that, it's always crazy to listen to different philosophies. Well, we have it good up here with KSL Rewind.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, you know football players when you see them because you show up to games and you got guys like Moose Bingham who show up in shorts. Oh. And I mean, Coach Kerr, it could be 20 degrees and snowing. He's going to be wearing shorts on the corner cane sideline. It's just a mentality.
We'll have offensive linemen show up shirtless for pre-games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys are all nuts.
First down for Lone Peak. Comer looking to throw underneath routes. That tipped and intercepted. And Skyridge inside the 10 and going to take this to the house. Touchdown Falcons on a pick 6.
Well, that's the dream way to start the half for Skyridge and a nightmare way to start for Lone Peak. The wind is tough.
25-yard pickoff, touchdown Falcons.
Boy, what a job. That went off the hand of the Lone Peak receiver. And a great job by that secondary to bring it down and then take it the rest of the way. And just like they did to start the game, an interception for this Skyridge defense and the largest lead of the contest.
His awareness rating on Madden just went up about 10 points with that beautiful pick 6.
Dalton Young with the interception. And Moose, if I recall, didn't he have the first interception?
I think so. He's having a heck of a night. And you have to come out big in big games, and he's done it.
Well, he's surely got to be near the top of the list for Defensive Player of the Week, Moose.
Man, for sure. Anytime you get at least one pick, you're like, could have been lucky, I don't know. Once you get to 2 or 3, it's like, let's go. The only kid that gets 3 or more every single game is Austin Turnbow down south in St. George.
I mean, the amazing thing coming in this Skyridge defense, Snowden, Dolman, and Buckland all had 2 apiece, and now add Young to that list. We talk about Smith Snowden, But this is a Skyridge defense that is deep and talented, and they're flexing that muscle here tonight.
And those DBs, they're young too. Most of them are juniors.
Yeah, this one, boy, you can see the lift on that one. That's going to the track area.
That wasn't even trying to put it in. He was doing a pooch kick right there.
Hey, guys, we're going to go for a return this time. Back in the end zone.
First down.
His kicking coach is going to be in his ear. What the heck? Come
That's not
on.
what we called. So, boy, Easton Comer, first half, second half, first throws interceptions. See what his response is. Lone Peak now trailing by 2 possessions. It's one of the things, Moose, that we talked a little bit about was Lone Peak's been able to run the ball. They're trying to stay balanced, but get back to the ground game here with Willits.
Well, Willits is running like a man possessed. You got to keep that demon out there.
They do give it to Jackson, and Jackson almost skips across the entire line. We got contact
ref
here
is
on
down.
Yeah, one of the umpires. Hope that he's okay here.
Gain of about 4 yards.
Looks to be okay.
Oh, bless his heart.
I'll tell you, that is, look, I've had offers to officiate, and that's the position on the field I'd be like, there's no way. Like, I'm not wearing pads. Like, no help. No, not going to do it.
As much as I make fun of the refs, which is a lot, the ref congregation has gotten towards me, and they have said, we do not appreciate your commentary.
Oh, that.
But I respect the man in the middle. Tough job, and it's something I'd never want to do.
You know, it's not a matter of respect, Moose. It's a, hey, Fridays are different than Saturdays, different than Sundays, and you have a player perspective on it. So, you know, it's just, there's a meeting of the minds, right?
Yeah, you know what? College refs, I'll go after them all day long.
Yeah, go after
They're
them all.
getting paid.
Yeah. I know, I've often thought I picked the wrong profession, man. Like, I should get into like a pro official, man. That's a life, right? You work 17 times a year.
If that. You know, there's bye weeks.
Yeah, 16. 1st and 10. And a good run up the middle here, and there is the Durfee Dozer with his first carry. We talked about they like to bring him in second half and kind of get the physicality level notched up a bit.
I'm a little disappointed with him. That's just 10 yards for his first carry.
He's going to kill that average.
I know. We're used to the 20 to 25, 30-yard range. But I firmly believe in the Durfee Dozer and what he'll be doing at the next level.
Well, and it's a good time to go to him. And look, Wilts has had a great game, but you got to be able to start moving the ball here. 50 yards at half, just not enough. And first down here, 10 minutes to go in the quarter. Play action, Comer gonna look deep. And that incomplete, and here comes the flag. Multiple flags on the play.
Crew McChesney, number 3, on the play.
Crew McChesney, he could have made that play if there wasn't a PI. But
Pass interference on the defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty.
Look, and I actually like Lone Peak trying to go deep. I mean, I asked you, just run the ball, and you're like, no, they like to stay balanced. And you throw deep, you make that secondary be true.
the hard thing is with Jace Doman right there, if he gets his head around, it actually doesn't count.
Yeah.
And it's not flags flying, but he didn't quite get his head turned around.
So first down here for Lone Peak. Back to the Dozer. No, this is Willits. My apologies. Willits with a big carry. Gain of 17 here for Jackson Willits. And here come the Knights.
Willits just this two-headed monster tonight. It could lead them to victory. They are down by 2 possessions for sure, and that makes it difficult. But they've got the ability to do a lot.
For one of the first times tonight, you can finally hear that Lone Peak student section. There hasn't been a lot to cheer about, but right now they're feeling a little bit of excitement.
No, there's been a field goal. That's a lot to cheer about. Come on, Dave.
Yeah, that was back in the first quarter, though, Moose.
I'd still be cheering about that.
Willits, boy, somehow he got past initial contact, stood up after a gain of 4. Nice run there for Willits.
Willits, he's like a magician out there. I mean, Houdini, he's there, he's here, he's there, he's everywhere.
It's kind of like Jonah. I thought he was going to be swallowed up there, and somehow he got spit out the other end and picked up 4.
Oh, biblical reference.
You like that?
I like it. We are quite a religious state. So biblical references, that's A-okay with me.
Yeah.
If we were in Idaho, that heathen state,
Yeah, that wouldn't work there.
it wouldn't work out so
there.
well.
Comer in the shotgun here, has Durfee to his right. Play action, that ball caught
Good
by
pass.
Christensen. He'll be close to a first down.
Pass complete to Cole Christensen,
He's got it.
number 1.
This is the Lone Peak offense we're used to seeing. Methodical, working down the field, taking what you can get. The one thing I want to see more of is Max Bateman. That's what I need
We
to
haven't
see.
seen him. Yeah, last week he was a life preserver for this offense. They went to him every play.
Yeah, this week we haven't seen any of him.
You know, how about the resiliency of Comer? I mean, throwing a couple interceptions, the last one a pick 6, and he's been dialed in on this drive.
That's what I love to see from Comer. Even-keeled kid. He does a lot of good, and he's a great leader.
The Dozer ahead for a gain of 4 there.
Carrying the ball for the Knights, number 5, Luke Durfee.
You know, you think about some of these backs, and Dusty and I were having this conversation. Look, he's not the same player, but he kind of has a similar as Mason Wake did when he was at Lone Peak. I'm talking high school to high school comparison, right? Not Wake at BYU, Wake at Lone Peak.
You know what? There's one player I compare Mason Wake to, and it's actually Tegan Carlson for Skyridge.
Okay.
I like Luke Durfee and what he does, but Mason Wake has a little bit different body, but they run just as ferocious.
Yeah. Second down here for the Knights. Comer under pressure. Has some room here. Comer going to tuck it and run inside the 10 and out of bounds.
Using those legs that God gave him. I love it, seeing him running around.
Great recognition. That play almost was in trouble in the backfield, and Comer does a great job to keep that alive.
This is a packed house today too, Dane.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got fans on the Garrett line. We've got a lot of people everywhere, and it's not just in the stands because the stands are filled to the brim.
There's RPI on the line. There's still a chance for a region championship on the line. I mean, Lone Peak has corner next week. They win this game, their destiny's in their own hands, Moose.
Yeah.
3rd and 5 here for the Knights. Under center, Comer will give it to Durfee. Looking up the middle, and Durfee going to be stopped a yard or 2 shy here.
That was a really delayed handoff, it felt like. He could have pulled it. He could have gone for different things, but Durfee is getting down and dirty.
Did you go for it here, Moose?
Oh, not even a question.
I mean, you kick it, right?
No, go for it.
When has a kicker ever said to go for it on 4th and 3?
When the wind's in your face.
Just when you think you know a guy, Moose. 4th down, the offense on the field here for the Knights. And indeed, inside the 10, they're going to go for it. I formation, 6:30 to go here in the 3rd.
I've got Wiltis and the Durfee Dozer. I'm going for it.
Timeout. Yep, timeout coming. You can see Brockbank running down the sideline to take it. And so Lone Peak will take a moment to think about this on the timeout.
I hope he's thinking, we've got Max Bateman. Let's get him the ball.
Here's an idea. Hey, we want to remind you that Lone Peak, hey, we got other games for you here on KSLSports.com and the Game Night Live Rewind Network. Want to thank some of the sponsors that make that possible. Advanced Orthopedics, the official team physicians for Lone Peak Athletics, bringing collegiate level care to the community. Also want to thank Shine Cosmetics. At Shine Cosmetics, we believe you are beautiful. You need to believe it too. Shine Cosmetics is determined to be the positive voice in beauty and the Lone Peak community. Use the code LPFootball to save 15% on your purchase today. Moose, 4th down. What do you do here?
Well, it looks like they were going to bootleg it, having everyone think that they're going to run it, but now I'd be tempted to run it right down their throat.
4th and 3. Durfee is on the field. The way that this line is blocked, I would give it to Luke. Let your big man go get it. Formation.
Get right behind Joe Brown. Take him to the promised land, young man.
They go with Durfee. Oh, I don't think he got it, Moose. And the defense comes up with the stop. Lone Peak does not get it on 4th down, and they turn it over on downs.
Massive, massive play for the flow of the game and everything. It's going to be interesting to see how the Lone Peak defense responds. Those defensive ends have been able to corral the quarterback, been able to keep him in the pocket, and when he gets out, there's enough speed for this Lone Peak defense to get after him.
This is probably the biggest drive of the game for this Lone Peak defense. You cannot go down 3 possessions to Skyridge at this point in the game.
If Skyridge goes up, I don't know if you can win. There's probably a 90% chance Skyridge wins if they score.
Yeah, it is a big drive for this Lone Peak defense. A called run for Hillstead. He'll come near side, be brought down after a gain of 3, maybe 4 on the carry.
Well, he's out of the shadow of the field goal post, so that's a win, I guess. But he's still on the 9-yard line.
On the stop for the defense.
Yeah.
Number 9, Nikki Siri.
There's a long way to go. Here's the thing. If you do have a successful drive, this is going to be a 6-8 minute drive for Skyridge, the way that this offense has gone tonight.
Yeah. But if I'm the punter right here, I wouldn't care. I'd say let's punt it. This is where you get your state record punts.
That's right.
Here.
That's right. We haven't even had a field goal. We did.
We
Lone
did. It's 14-3.
My bad. 40-yarder. Yeah. Look, I am not a smart man. Second down. Hillstead gonna look deep. Has a man in that just overthrown. Was looking for Jack Hatfield. Just a yard or 2 in front of him.
Jack Hatfield.
Got a hurt Knight.
He's down, number 7, it looks like.
Spencer Fotu in coverage, slow to get up. He seems to be okay.
On the defense, number 7, Spencer Fotu for the Knights.
Spencer Fotu is a team captain, too, and now he's back down on the field.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a look at Fotu. So a stoppage here to have a look, and we'll step aside here and be back.
At Skin Science Institute, we take pride in the fact that we have built a fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment, including the ability to work with local influencers as well as medical business professionals to assist in career planning. Come check out why Skin Science Institute was recently voted Best School. For information, visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com or follow us on Instagram at Skin Science Institute.
Welcome back. Good to see Fotu was able to get his way off the field. Hope that he'll be okay.
He actually probably made the right call there, diving down, because they were going to get 12 men on the field if he stayed up. But because he dove on the ground, they were able to get him off the field safely and keep everyone safe, and hopefully he gets better.
Big third down here for the Falcons. Hillstead looking deep, and that ball overthrown. Hansen was there over the top.
Takeo should have gone for that. He's long enough, he could have gotten it.
Yeah, I think he was more worried about cutting off the route, but it'll bring up a 4th down here and a punt.
If he does that at the next level, he will get ripped for not going for that ball.
That might be true. You get some leniency in high school. College coaches maybe don't have the same level of patience.
When I'm coaching down at Snow, the things I say, I even surprise myself sometimes.
Oh, things like block the ball.
Yes.
Yeah, just like that.
You'll get them next time, buddy.
That's okay. This takes a Skyridge bounce, picked up by Luke Hyde. Luke Hyde looking far side, cut in by Luke. Stretching it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Good field position for Lone Peak to come back out on the field.
That's the one thing with Lone Peak.
About a 20-yard run back.
They have incredible special teams, and they take great pride in it with Coach Daly down there. And it's fun to watch them and what they do and how they do it and how exact they are and how coachable they are. They're not putting in the freshmen and the sophomores for special teams. The starters are out there, and if you're a freshman or sophomore out there, you've earned your spot.
So first down here for Lone Peak, starting in Skyridge territory. To the ground, Jackson Willits, right side. Big lane for Jackson as he takes it down to the 23.
Goodness gracious.
Penalty flag here behind the play.
Get that man a spoon because he wants to eat.
Are we counting players?
All right. The ref's getting a huddle going? What's going on here?
Yeah,
all
waved
right.
it off. I thought I saw him pointing like he was counting guys, but couldn't tell.
That's the best thing a ref can do during any game. Wave the flag off.
Yeah. So first down here for Lone Peak as they're just knocking on the door of the red zone inside of 5 to play in the third. Staying on the ground here with Willits. Willis, a nice carry. Again, Jackson Willits picking up 10, maybe 11 yards, and he's down to the 10-yard line. First down.
Skyridge had the opportunity to put a nail in the coffin for this game, but Lone Peak They are coming back, coming hard, and coming strong.
Made by 15, Jace Doman.
I mean, it feels like this ground game, but then you have a 4th and 3 stop by Skyridge. It's tough to get a pulse on Lone Peak tonight, isn't it?
It's always tough to get a pulse on Lone Peak. All you know is you're going to have well-coached, hard-fighting kids from Lone
It is
Peak.
1st and 10. Willits in the backfield and going to be stopped there for no gain. Nice job by that
Getting back
Skyridge
to the
D.
line of scrimmage is absolutely amazing.
Gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
Considering he could have lost a couple on that. Indeed.
Yeah, he's getting contacted at the -4 and still working his way up. For anyone that cares, the BYU-Utah State game, 24-10. Let's go, Cougs.
Yeah, Aggie's got him right where we want him. It's all right. 2nd and 10 here. Boy, that one thrown to the middle. Unfortunately, that wasn't turned over as there was pressure coming by that Skyridge D, and they'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, what do you do here? It's far enough now that I'd consider kicking a field goal if you don't get at least 6 yards.
It does feel like the wind is kind of settling. Well, never mind. There it is. My bad.
You didn't knock on anyone.
It's a plastic table.
We're
Moose,
too
what am I
high in
supposed
the
to do?
crow's nest here for you to be making comments about the wind.
3rd and 10 here for Lone Peak. Skyridge showing pressure. They bring it with the backers again. Comer looking far side. No go. Defended well by that Skyridge secondary.
Flag. That's interesting. What's going on?
That was Doman in coverage. This flag back in the pocket.
Number 14, Saxon Higby.
Boy, if this is on Lone Peak, and the offense looking like that will be the case. Oh,
Personal foul.
49. Personal foul, 45. They will offset.
Okay.
that's fortunate for Lone Peak because you.
4th down.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say you get to replay it, but no, you don't. 4th down.
So it's getting chippy out there. Chip Cookies, help us out.
Look, it wouldn't be Lone Peak Skyridge without a little bit of amped emotions, right?
So going with the next field goal against the wind, I think he's got it.
Yeah, this is a 29-yard field goal try for the Knights, trying to get back to one possession here. Kick is blocked! Blocked around the edge by Skyridge, and they will have good field position as it's taken or smothered at the 36-yard line. The field goal block unit gets the job done.
Was that blocked by Smith Snowden? 23 with the block. He's hyped. He's ready
Dalton
to
Young.
go. Dalton
Is
Young.
that enough for Defensive Player of the Week, Moose? Come on.
No, that's a special teams play. But that doesn't happen very often against this well-coached Lone Peak team. That's a huge play, him coming off the edge. You got to know where the pressure's coming from, communicating with the offensive line. That's why I'd always try to buy pancakes for my guys or something for my hop.
Okay, Moose, does that classify as a turnover? I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
Well, there's 2 turnovers and a blocked field goal tonight for Skyridge.
Well, the blocked field goal, how they blocked it, and how the ball got pushed back about another 20 yards. That's what Skyridge needs.
That was not a fingertip block. That was a full-on no-go.
That was, here I am, here let's go.
Good gain by Hillstead there on 1st down as we have 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Instead of a 2nd and 1 here for the Falcons.
Got the trips.
How about 6 points left on the field the last 2 possessions?
Crazy.
Going to throw out near side, looking for blocks. 1st down Skyridge as that pass was complete to McAllister. The gain there at 4.
And that's good for
Skyridge, their offense hasn't been as explosive this year. They did lose their offensive coordinator who moved to Texas, which is very difficult when you lose a great offensive coordinator. But they're starting to come into their own right now. It's trying to find their identity, trying to find out what's going on and who they are.
And look, this is a good Lone Peak defense. I mean, this is not a unit that teams expect to score 30 against. Timview did that, but a lot of that was late, and that's a really good Timview team as we've learned as the season's gone on.
Yeah, the Timview team is phenomenal. What they did to Orem yesterday, I was
No
like,
kidding,
woo!
huh? That is sending notice officially.
Yeah, they're like, Orem has been this monkey. Get off my back.
Yeah,
It's a Steve Young moment
How
for
about
them.
back-to-back losses for Orem? They lost to Alta the week before, Timpview on Thursday.
And Alta put up 7 touchdowns. And
Yeah.
Ethan Jackson is like,
Had
I
himself
should be
a night.
considered the player of the week.
This pass intended there for Hadfield, incomplete. His coverage was right there by Fotu. Good to see him back on the field. Bring him a third down.
And 7.
As always, it's still chilly, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, if nothing else, the block of the field goal, a first down, you can now pin Lone Peak back deep. Hey, we can maybe try a 65-yarder here, Moose.
I would.
I would
Because
too.
here's the deal.
Wind to the back.
You miss.
Touchback.
Touchback rules in high school. Not in college, but in high school.
Hillstead, he's thinking downfield. And that incomplete coverage there on the play from number 23. Second time we've seen him tonight defensively. Don't have a 23 on the roster.
Hillstead,
They'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they were kicking it. I was like, let's freaking go. Number 3, me lord. Pick number 3. Kick the field goal.
This one, you don't want Hyde to get it. Just send this one deep. Don't worry about it.
Big
This will
boomer.
be fair caught at the 11-yard line.
So the rules for the returner are heels on the 10.
Flag near side.
Oh.
Go ahead.
The rules for the returner are heels on the 10, and if it goes over your head, let it go. You're done at that point.
Just like snow, right? Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, that song needs to be let go at this point.
I'm not a singer. Another personal foul here. This on Lone Peak will should be half the distance to the goal, huh?
Man, for the crumbling part of the game, boys are crumbling left and right in their mental fortitude. Got to get Riley Jensen out there.
It's been interesting because we've had more personal fouls than any other foul tonight.
And it's not like it's that chippy, really.
No, I don't know that I've seen one. I'm like, oh man, whoa, right? Like,
yeah, usually when it's a personal foul in high school, you're like, he was trying to take his head off.
Right.
But this, it's like, whatever.
Dr. Christopher Price at Utah Facial Oral Surgery, the place for wisdom teeth and dental implant surgery in Salt Lake and Utah County, is a sponsor of Lone Peak football here on Game Night Live Rewind. Lone Peak starting inside their own 10. Comer looking over the middle and traffic there, but able to deal with it like it's 3 o'clock traffic, gain of 6. Not 5 o'clock traffic because that's undealable. That one manageable.
Well, we finally got a Max Bateman sighting.
Hey, 1:25 left in the third.
Gosh, get him the ball more. Max Bateman reminded me of a little bit of a shorter Isaac Rex. Does a lot of good things for his team, and he's still growing.
You know, and really we've seen both tight ends on both sides get limited tonight because we haven't seen Skyridge been able to take advantage of the tight end position much either.
Oh,
defensive
blitz
keyed on
coming.
that. Oh, how about hopping over the line? I told you he's Mason Wake.
Yeah.
Come on, Moose. Gain there of 4.
So that wasn't Luke Durfee, but he did make a Mason Wake-esque leap right there.
And here's the thing. I think that's legal if a player's on the ground. I've got to get clarity on that again.
First down. Lone Peak starting to move the ball.
This intercepted again. Was looking for bait. Oh, they're going to call it
off the
incomplete.
ground?
I thought, yeah.
It was
they
close.
Do. The back judge has this off the ground. Fortunate because that could have been another interception.
At this point, you've got, and now the wind is dying.
Of course.
But Lone Peak, 30 seconds left against the wind, and you'll either have no wind or with the wind.
All right, Moose, now
so
it's your fault.
if you can get a first down, you'll have an opportunity to have the advantage.
We had a little bluster there. I was going to say it's on Moose Bingham this time. 2nd and 10. Pressure again by Skyridge. And that ball, was that caught? Wow, yes it was. Nice catch made there by McChesney.
Crew McChesney, good on you, young lad.
A gain there of
Get
8
Crew
yards.
the ball.
Oh, man.
I love it. So we've got a third down.
Inside of 10 seconds, and that'll be the end of the third.
Let the ball game get to the fourth quarter for these Lone Peak Knights. They need some love in this quarter.
We are through 3 quarters, 14-3. The Falcons leading the Knights. You're watching Game Night Live Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann Associates and brought to you by the Riley Jensen Mental Performance Group.
As Skin Science Institute, we take pride in the fact that we have built a fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment, including the ability to work with local influencers as well as medical business professionals to assist in career planning. Come check out why Skin Science Institute was recently voted Best School. For information, visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com or follow us on Instagram at Skin Science Institute.
Back, start of the fourth quarter and a 3rd and 1 here for Lone Peak. We had fireworks going on behind the stadium far away as we have penalty flags here before the play. And this looked to be offside. That's the call, so it'll be a free first down here for the Knights.
Luke Durfee's ticked about that. He's like, I was already dozing. Come on.
Again, we're taking away average here, huh?
Oh, false start, not first down.
Oh, I thought the indication was an offside. My bad. That's what you get for assuming, you don't look very good. So instead of a first down, it'll be a 3rd and 6.
Is that how that saying goes?
Yeah,
that's
the popular saying. Yeah, that's what you get when you assume. It doesn't look very good. That's the saying.
Heard that saying a few times. Don't assume. Doesn't look very good.
Doesn't look very good. 3rd and long. Shotgun for Comer.
Rolling.
Pressure coming on Comer. Gonna look deep. And that incomplete and a flag coming in on the play.
Turn around.
Yeah, that time Dalton Young getting caught, engaged with the receiver. No play on the ball. Easy call.
We got to get some 80s music going on here for these DBs. You spin my head right round.
Isn't
Like
there another song? Turn around.
Oh, that's from Tommy Boy.
Is it Tommy Boy?
When they sing, turn around. They're in the car together.
Yeah. That was the song that came into my mind.
Oh.
That's a riding around with a mom in the minivan song, right? From my childhood.
I got the wedding singer. You turn my head.
That's a better choice. That's a better choice. It's a first down here for Lone Peak after the PI. And that one, miscommunication on the outside, incomplete. Hey, we never circled back to our trivia question of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Do you have anyone who has submitted the right answer, Moose?
Let me see. Of the thousands of answers I've gotten, let me look on Twitter really quick.
Remember, the question was, which quarterback in the state has thrown for the most yards in a single game this year?
No one got it right. You all are fools.
Wow. We gotta up the ante here a little bit. The answer, apparently only Moose Bingham knows, is
Jack Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Strumming those chords to get 470 yards.
That ball was out of bounds, incomplete. Bring up a 3rd and 10. Yeah, 470 against East last week in a big game. That will also be mentioned in a popular prep football coverage show that you can check out on KSLSports.com. There's a little tease for you of things coming up.
I love it. I always laugh because Jack Johnson, going into the season, Brighton was like, how in the heck does Corner Canyon get 5 transfers and we don't get 1? We need 1 quarterback. So anyone. They were putting out posters, sending kids out for missing quarterback rewards.
Oh.
Little did they know Jack Johnson had their back.
Comer got to get rid of it on 3rd down. Threw it over the head of Hyde. Took the hit as well. And it will be a 4th down for Lone Peak.
Lone Peak's got to get some points on the board somehow to make this interesting.
Well, and I don't know how creative you want to be here. 4th and 10, 2-possession game on your own side of the 50. Moose, are you even willing to roll this?
I would be. But
I would in a video game. I don't know about real life. Spiral kick here, a little wobble to it. Fair catch at the 27.
I would in a video game, not in real life.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean,
Fair catch called by
when I go and I eat my moss, as most moose do, I usually like to hop on a riverboat,
15, Jay Stoneman.
get some gambling in, throw some dice,
Sports fans, if you're
And go for it on
missing-
fourth
and
and
go
10.
for it on fourth down.
Love it.
Oh, and there's a key attached to it.
Oh
If you're
boy,
missing
so
the
Skyridge
carabiner
ball again here.
with
Moose, how about
a key that
the
has
job
a
of this
custom
defense? They've
pitch
limited Lone Peak to just 3
cover for
points.
it.
It's amazing.
Electronic entry. Please let us
Drive
know
gonna
who
start at the
the
27.
box.
Oh,
And on the run here, nice play on first down for the Falcons. As we've got popcorn going off behind us. That's fireworks.
fireworks. Josh Davis, big game for him. Saying, you guys are missing me, aren't you?
He's had a couple big games for this Falcon offense this year. Good to see him get dialed up. He kind of came over like he needed a little bit of help, and he gets to the sideline and now does have someone looking at him. Hope that he'll be okay. First down for Hillstead and company. McKay hands off. Fenton taking this up for a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry.
Jeter Fenton through the middle.
Last season, Jeter Fenton, it was almost a given that he'd go for 100 yards a game.
Yeah.
Gain of 4 yards
This
on the
year
play.
he's
Second and
A
6.
lot more elusive, but they're not utilizing him as much, which is interesting.
And I don't know if some of that is you just want to keep him healthy for playoffs. How much of that is, Hillstead and the offense, what the defense is giving you, trying to develop the passing game a little. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be the reason for that, but Fenton certainly has the talent to be a premier running back for the Falcons. As that throw, boy, dangerous. Hansen had that one dialed up looking for a big play.
Kale Hansen knew he had that. He was like, that is the break we needed to get back into this game.
Looked like that was going to be the case, but it's been kind of that way tonight, right? Lone Peak has given it up a few times. Skyridge has avoided those, and that's been a key difference.
Well, the pick six is what made a huge difference, because it would still be 7-3.
Right.
Even with all the things that have gone on.
And you think about Lone Peak, they kicked the 2 field goals, they're leading, right? I mean, it would be 9-7.
Oh.
There's nowhere to go here. A loss on third down. They'll bring up a fourth down and punting into the wind here for the Falcons.
And this is where you're going to have a tough time.
Manu and Nicky Siri of the defense.
Cole Barker coming on to kick here.
Skyridge.
Big punt here. He looks like he's going to go traditional. I really enjoy the rollout right here.
See if Hyde can catch this on the run. This in the air. A fair catch signaled for taking a Skyridge bounce, and wisely going to catch that off one bounce. You don't want to give Luke Hyde any creative opportunities.
That was an absolutely terrifying punt for me.
Yeah.
He grabbed the ball, didn't guide it down like you needed to. He just threw it out there with a hope and a prayer that it's going to fall down perfectly onto his foot. That is a risky punt. It can come off the side of your foot. I mean, with this wind, no one knows where that ball's going to go. You have to control it, take the drop down a little bit, and the coaches should be helping him out on that a little bit.
Another chain item here on that far side. We'll take a moment here and just thank the Riley Jensen Mental Performance Group, sponsors here of Game Night Live Rewind. If you're trying to get your mind right for the field, in the boardroom, at home, whatever it might be, no one will help your mental performance more than the Riley Jensen Mental Performance Group. To schedule time with Riley Jensen, visit rjpg.net.
We got to reach out to Riley and get in his Bear Lake retreat.
Oh, heck yeah. Sign me up, man.
Be like, Riley, we need some team chemistry here at KSL Sports.
Yeah, we do. Look, my mental performance, I feel like, is okay. Listeners might feel differently, but, man, I'll take a Bear River retreat.
Not
Bear
only
Lake
that,
retreat.
I would like a raspberry shake or maybe a raspberry hot chocolate.
I'm telling you, man, people mock Utah State, but that is a big benefit of going up to Aggie Land, is that's just 45 minutes away. You can enjoy that every weekend. Freshman 15, we're talking freshman 50 with those puppies.
Oh, bro, I've seen the freshman 50. It does not look good. Luckily, I was playing football, but I was like, dang! You know where you to get the double-wrapped, deep-fried burritos from Beto's, don't you?
I had those too. Woo. 2nd and 10 here for Lone Peak. Inside of 9 to play. Comer looking, gonna try far sideline, has McChesney just a yard long. That's a great route.
It was a great route, just barely overthrown. He thought he gave enough air under that for Crew, but Crew had to really lay out to get that one.
Third and 10. Screen. Durfee has men in front. The dozer to midfield. Durfee shaking men left and right. Inside the 30, another Falcon going down. Durfee still on his feet. The Durfee dozer moves.
Heck yeah, Durfee dozer getting her done as usual. Dang, he's a good player.
How many Falcons had opportunities to bring him down and they just couldn't do it?
It was like watching Marshawn Lynch. It's like, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I'm running out of fingers and toes here.
And just like that, Lone Peak in business. Inside the 20, 8.5 to go.
I decided our new sponsor, Chill Hot Chocolate. Oh.
First down, I formation. Durfee looking for a lane, moving the stack, gain of 8.
Did you notice there was absolutely no lane there?
Yeah.
He was like, oh no, a brick wall. Let's run through it.
I'll just make one.
Absolutely ridiculous, Durfee the dozer.
I love it, man. And you know what I love? It's just like, yeah, he's lying in the weeds. Second half, we'll bring him out and just jam it down your throat with him. Like, you might stop our running game for a little bit, but fourth quarter, you're going to have not much left in the tank for him.
No, most people get excited about Bob the Builder. I get excited about Durfee the dozer.
Right back to Durfee.
Getting the first down. Dang it, I love it.
And run on the left.
Durfee getting the job done. And that will set up Lone Peak first and goal for the Knights.
So for real, Perk Energy, I know you're a local Utah company. Sponsor this show and get me some hot chocolate.
We're not kidding anymore.
No. I want my cookie from Chip and or Crumble. Whoever knows these CEOs, I know you're listening in on this broadcast.
Oh, pressure on the blitz. They get it to Durfee. Is he in? Just shy. Durfee just shy.
Durfee running the ball.
You know, 2 hours ago, Moose was on a diet. Now he's like, forget it. I want a cookie and hot chocolate.
Sorry, Kirsten.
Stat.
My beautiful wife, I love you. But gosh dang it, I'm so cold.
Comer going to keep it, and he won't get it. How do you like them apples for this Skyridge defense? Bring up a third and goal for Lone Peak.
Get some techno going in here. And it's a pile. They've got to get everyone up. Clocks are running, though.
How about the stoutness of the middle of that Skyridge front?
They've got some beef in there. They'll throw in whoever they possibly can.
6:42, the clock moving here in the fourth. Third and goal for the Knights. They'll have two opportunities. Boy, that ball is inches away from the goal line. Any question where this is going?
I think it's going to Comer. Just sneak it again. And I am wrong.
You thought wrong, dude. Dozer, touchdown!
The signal is touchdown.
Luke Durfee takes it in from 1 yard out, and it's 14-9.
Durfee just says, put the team on my back. Let's go. And that makes it a ball game.
By the way, Moose, you didn't even catch that movie reference.
How about them apples? We're talking about Good Will Hunting.
You thought wrong, dude.
I don't know, Full House?
Back to the Future 3 with Tannen.
I'm
Mad
not.
Dog Tannen.
I haven't seen enough Back to the Future.
Clearly.
But how about them apples? I like me some Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, you know. Gonna go for two here. Lone Peak looking to the end zone, and that is deflected. The 2-point try is no good, and it remains 14-9.
Yeah, you go for the 2 points there. Brilliant call. But Skyridge is there. You got to get a little more air under it for Max Bateman, get an Isaac Rex type touchdown. But right now, 14-9, that 1 point wouldn't have done anything, but the 2 points would have made a world of difference.
Yeah. 5th rushing touchdown of the season for Luke Durfee, and it was his long screen play that helps to set that up for Lone Peak, and got ourselves a ball game here, Moose.
Yeah. Of course, it's Region 4.
Yeah.
Every one of these top 4 teams, American Fork, Lone Peak, Corner Canyon, and Skyridge, I mean, those are 4 of the top 5 teams in the state.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. You look at the remaining schedules, and Lone Peak has Corner Canyon next week. Skyridge has PG next week, but they'll finish at AF. So this game critical for the Falcons because AF is just as good as any of these teams.
I know, and that game is going to be critical AF.
Yeah. Family program there, Moose.
Yeah, American Fork.
Yeah, critical for American Fork. Is this ball for a touchback?
What did you think I meant?
Critical for AF. Yep. Critical for American Fork. Have whistles here. We've got an injured player for Lone Peak, and we're calling for training staff here as they'll come out and have a look. We'll step aside here with the injury and be back.
At Skin Science Institute, we take pride in the fact that we have built a fun and exciting culture to give our students a positive learning environment, including the ability to work with local influencers as well as medical business professionals to assist in career planning. Come check out why Skin Science Institute was recently voted Best School. For information, visit our website at www.skinscienceinstitute.com or follow us on Instagram at Skin Science Institute.
.6:17 to go. 14-9. Skyridge with the lead, and they've got a first down here after the touchback on the kickoff.
So this is just a one-possession game, though, now. It's going to be interesting to see how Skyridge responds.
Going on the ground. How about Fenton rolling off of would-be tacklers, picking up 4 there.
He was watching Luke Durfee and said, anything you can do, I can do the same. Give me a screen, though.
I want a nickname.
Jeter the Jet Fenton. Like Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Yeah.
But he's got to earn the nickname. We operate as like an and one type broadcasting situation. I'm not giving nicknames unless you earn it.
We don't just hand these things out.
Yeah. Like Kobe, Lord of the Rings. He had to earn that nickname.
We're going to come up with Fenton by the time the night's done.
Keeps running like that, maybe. We will.
Fenton picking up another 3, maybe 4 here. Set up a 3rd and short.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
I mean, I'll tell you this. You got to be a little careful here. You got a 3rd and 3. This Lone Peak defense has been stout tonight. You don't want to give them the ball right back. I know you're trying to take clock off here, but this game could change in a hurry here for Skyridge.
Yeah, you do not want to be behind against this Lone Peak defense either, because when they know they can pin their ears back like they did against American Fork last week, they go.
They got to get to the 30 here. Hillstead rolling to his left, looking, going to try with his feet, reaches the ball out. Does he get it? Yes, he will. First down.
Game of inches right there.
Got a little help from a fan on the You Thought Wrong Dude. Want to say hello to our listeners from Lehigh. That's one of the great movie lines. You'll have to go watch that movie. Back to the Future 3.
I need to watch it. I know. Marty McFly, Biff, Dr. something.
Mad Dog Tannen. I hate that name. 1st and 10. Staying on the ground. Fenton up the middle, and Fenton picking up 7 yards. And this is where, look, we talked about Jeter Fenton maybe not having the amount of carries that maybe I thought he would early in the year, or this year. But right now it's Fenton time, right? And we're just going to run the ball, let him do his job, and they're picking up 7 yards, set up a 2nd and short.
I can't give Jeter the nickname Jeter the Jet unless he takes one to the house.
Yeah. That's why I'm trying to think of something that's a little more
Jeter the Rock Solid. Jeter the Coleman Fenton.
Is Fenton a guitar?
Fenton is a guitar.
All right, we might have to do something with that one. He's just strumming along here.
Oh.
Okay. First down. Jeter Fenton. Move the chains for Skyridge.
Skyridge is playing the clock now.
Yes, they are. 4:03 to go.
For a Falcon.
That was not enthusiastic by the crowd. They got to get in the game a little bit more. 10 people. It was a first down.
Their energy has probably turned to nervousness. Like, 5-point game.
Just remember that.
Here's a Skyridge first down. We all saw. We need to get another couple.
Play clock inside of 10. Hillstead here being cognizant of that. We'll work it down to 5. Throws us out. Oh, great job coming up there to make the play by Fotu, not allowing any opportunity for Hatfield to get in the clear.
Jack Hatfield.
Fotu, such a popular name. Naya Fotu from the University of Utah. There's been a lot of Fotus. I always laugh because they'll always have the number 42 when they get to college. And you ask them what their 40 is, and they always say Fotu.
I see what you did there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They actually lost half a yard on the play, so for all those that say a screen's like a running play, it didn't work like one there. Be a second and long. Hillstead going to keep this and gain a pair. That'll be it. Bring up a third and long. That clock running. Do you take a timeout here if you're Lone Peak Moose? They have 2 left.
I'd probably save it right now.
Okay.
Just in case they do get another first down.
I think I would have taken it. Because another first down, the ball game's over.
Don't take it now.
Yeah, you don't take it now, but they will.
Oh,
and,
gosh.
Wonder if they'll try to put some time back on the clock. But it is a timeout here, Lone Peak. And we'll take a moment here. Thanks some of our sponsors. A reminder that Lone Peak football can see every Lone Peak game right here on Game Night Live Rewind. It's brought to you by Axis Steel Construction. Moose, this is the most difficult read I do because they are a lot smarter than I am. Axis Virtual Construction is the construction industry's one-source solution, providing 3D structural steel and bridge detailing, concrete and rebar estimating and detailing, joist and deck detailing, 3D laser pointer cloud scanning of job sites, expert consulting with 4D scheduling analysis, not just 3D, 4D as well, and connection design engineering services to the local and international community for the past 13 years. Axis Steel Construction. Is there anything they don't do, Moose?
No. The only D I don't care about 3D, I don't care about 4D, I care about 1D, and that's Durfee.
The Durfee Dozer, he could be 2D.
2D.
And we got 3D and 4D construction and mapping. And Axis Steel Construction want to thank you for your sponsorship here of Lone Peak Football on Game Night Live Rewind.
And we do have some special sponsors we want to sponsor us for this show in particular. We don't care about the whole KSL family. Just bring me a cookie and some hot chocolate.
At Moose B90.
Let's go.
Come on, people. 3rd and 7 here for Skyridge.
Massive third down.
2:40 on the clock here, Moose.
Can you trust your junior quarterback and wide receivers to get this done?
Well, 5 out, so they are trusting them. That is caught. The knee was down. It's a yard short. IU Greco had the reception. We'll set up a 4th and 2. The clock ticking here. Do you go for it or do you punt, Moose?
At this point, I go for it because of the wind and the punt, and because they've got Luke Durfee on the other side.
The other thing is you'd be punting to Luke Hyden. You've done a good enough job of not giving him a return, but we've seen him flip things like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't feel safe and secure in this situation, though.
Well, Coach Lehman does.
Well, all right.
Punting unit running out there. Play clock down to 5. They're trying to get on the field. There's no way this happens. They're going to have to take a timeout, and they will. They were trying to get that away, maybe catch without Luke Hyde back there for the punt. It won't work. Timeout, Skyridge.
And that could be a valuable timeout as well.
Yeah.
If Lone Peak does score, and you've got 1:55 left, let's say they score, there's 50 seconds left or 40 seconds left, got to keep those timeouts.
Look, I am a long way away from the field. I cannot be blamed for saying this.
Okay.
Semifinal last year, Skyridge is up. They score a touchdown. They have a kickoff, 94 yards. K.O. Hansen all the way for the win. That was with like 6 minutes to go. This one 155. Could it really come down to special teams again, Moose?
Always comes down to special teams. That is the most important third of the game.
This great game as a civic service
4th and 2. The punting unit on the field here for the Falcons, and Luke Hyde will run back.
I'd even think of putting Takeo Hansen back there as well as a tandem in case he tries to kick it away from Luke Hyde.
He has the ability to drop. He is stepping back. He's about 15, 20 yards deep here. Hyde standing at his 15.
The right hash, or the field side hash.
High snap gathered. Punt is away. Hyde gonna look for a return. Hyde looking far side. Hyde won't be able to get out of it. Taken down to the 15. And there will be 1:41 left as Lone Peak comes out and tries to put together a game-winning drive.
Around the 15-yard line. On the stop for the Falcons, number 23, Dalton Young.
Okay, we've seen Lone Peak run the ball. The best passing play today was the screen play to Durfee.
Yep.
Moose, Lone Peak, how do you orchestrate this drive having just one timeout to go?
Well, I wouldn't worry about the clock. You've got plenty of space, you've got plenty of time, and you've got plenty of playmakers. You spread the ball out, you trust Comer to get it done. Even though he's had a little bit of a rough night, he's a kid with great mental fortitude, and it looks like they're going to put the ball in his hands to win it.
Yeah, empty backfield here on first down. He throws underneath. That ball caught for a gain of 4, and this is where the clock is a bit of a challenge. You got to see some tempo here for Lone Peak as they run up to the line.
I like how they have Takeo Hansen there. I like a lot of things going on here.
Comer gonna look far side. That incomplete, and a flag coming out. Pass interference here will be the call.
There's a flag on the play.
And that's a 10-yard penalty, isn't it?
I think it's spot.
Is it spot? In
Oh,
high
no,
school?
you're right. You're right. My bad. Sorry. Look, my day started at 6 a.m. It's
Number 15.
6, you're weak.
it's been a 50.
You woke up with the sun. I woke up before the sun.
The sun doesn't come up till like 7:15. Moose, give me a break. Come on.
That's why I woke up with the sun.
So a first down here after the pass interference. 1:20 on the clock. Again, still 5 receivers for Lone Peak. Skyridge going to bring an extra man. Comer looking near side, and that incomplete, intended for McChesney.
That is a big throw when you're not balanced squared up.
And McChesney's hobbling here, Moose.
Oh, no, that's not good.
No.
McChesney's coming off of surgery as well.
He's going to have to head off here.
Crew McChesney is one of the biggest playmakers out there. And if he's down, that's a horrible thing for the Lone Peak Knights. 1:15 left, second down.
Skyridge dropping 8. Comer near side, caught by Hansen. And Hansen down inbounds, that clock running. Shy of the first down as well, Moose. No, he has the first.
So you stop the clock for the sticks to get fixed.
This is good for a Lone Peak first down at the 45.
So it'll be a first down here. Now the clock running. 1 minute. The clock at 1 minute to go.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts as well. 1 timeout.
Comer looking sideline. Oh, you got to get out of bounds. Got to get out of bounds. They do not. That clock ticking. And now the timeout taken by Lone Peak.
So you're right at the 50-yard line. This is a thrilling time. 44 seconds left. Might even be able to get a second or 2 back on the clock.
Boy, it looked like you maybe had an opportunity to get out of bounds on that play and turned inside instead. Forces Lone Peak to take their last time out. What a ball game, huh, Moose? I mean, not as high scoring as I think many thought, but still being competitive.
But it's a great game, and it's a great defensive battle. This is what you look for in this region. You match up well, you see what's going on, And what's crazy is when these teams go and play other teams in the state, I mean, it's a blowout.
Yeah.
Offenses can move at will. But when you've got guys like Tausilia Kana, Luke Durfee, Smith Snowden out there, it's hard to play against top talent.
No more timeouts for Lone Peak. Facing a 2nd and 4, 44 seconds left here in regulation. Comer looking for Hansen, incomplete.
Comer's pass is short.
I mean, he catches that. Another 15 seconds are coming off the clock.
Yep. He could have gotten to out of bounds, but it would have been tough.
Yeah. This is a 3rd down for the Knights.
DJ Ryan Romney tonight. And of course,
40 seconds left. 3rd down, 2 downs here. You're not punting anymore.
Nope. Sorry, Moose.
Bummer, dude. 5 wide.
Skyridge fans trying to make some noise. Pressure coming from the Falcon defense. Comer, that caught out of bounds. That's what they needed. Play made by Christensen, 1st down.
4 seconds off the clock, too.
To the 43-yard line, 1st down Knights.
Ball's at the 43-yard line here for Lone Peak.
Feels like the wind's changing direction, too.
It is. Flag now kind of blowing at us. Top to bottom on your screen, the wind is blowing. Comer gonna run.
Oh!
How about Comer with the big play on the ground? That'll pick up the 1st down, move the sticks, stop the clock to do so. And now the sideline indicating to spike the ball here to get that clock stopped as it's running down to 25 seconds left, and Comer will snap it, and that will stop it with 23 to play in regulation. And an official timeout here because they couldn't get the stick set. Another chain malfunction, but they will count that down, I believe. So it'll be 2nd down.
We got to get the chain gang sponsored by like teriyaki sticks or something.
.23 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 for Lone Peak.
Huge play here.
Comer. That ball caught shy of the 1st down. Caught by Passy, and that clock ticking. The clock is stopped here. I'm confused at what's going on. It was short of the 1st. The clock was stopped at 17, and now the official's going to come together here.
Pass good for 8 yards.
They're shy by a yard. Well, a half yard. Boy, that is close. I think Lone Peak is probably going to ask for a measurement. And it looks like they will take an official timeout here. The Skyridge section is frustrated. I would say let the officials work it out. We've seen them take time on, off, but some of this is they just got to figure out where it's at.
I will wait for explanations on this one, but the clock, 16 seconds, that's rough.
I mean, the challenge is if it's a 1st down, the clock has to stop. And if it's too close for you to make that judgment, Lone Peak has to make a decision whether they got to get up and snap it. And so I can understand kind of where you're caught.
And the other thing is, did the chains move?
Yeah, boy, this is well short. That is not going to sit well with the Skyridge side. That's a full yard shy. And you see Lone Peak, how quickly they're getting up. I mean, this is tough.
Oh, God.
I mean, that's, yeah.
There's one place you can never put the game. You can always trust the kicker. You can always trust the quarterback. You can never trust the refs.
The clock is stopped with 16 seconds left on a play where it was a yard short of the 1st down.
Skyridge has not won this game in the last 4 tries either. Huge down here.
Big break for Lone Peak. The clock now started. It's down to 10 seconds. Comer got hit as this ball's away. Incomplete. That will stop the clock with 8 seconds to go and be 4th and 1 here for the Knights.
You still have time to get a play, run a 5-yard out, get out of bounds. but you can go for the end zone as well. You're close enough now. That took a lot of time off, 8 seconds running.
It did.
For the Knights.
Ball game for Lone Peak. 4th down, 8 seconds to go. 5 receivers for Comer. Skyridge trying to cheer on this defense. They drop 8 again. Comer looking to the end zone. Incomplete. No flags. Ball game.
One
Pass was intended for Hansen.
Turnover on down to second kickoff.
brutal loss for the Lone Peak Knights, and Skyridge did a great job holding on to it. But the crazy thing is, both teams only got 1 touchdown offensively on the night.
Yeah. Well, and you go back, Moose. Remember, you have a 4th and 3 inside the 5. They go for it. They don't get it.
Yep.
And then you have a field goal blocked.
Yeah, that's the game. 6 points.
Special teams, huh?
Special teams always wins game.
The Skyridge defense does what it does. It slows down this high-powered offense for Lone Peak. And the victory formation on the field. The Falcons going to end a 3-game losing streak to the Knights as they get the win, 14-9 over Lone Peak. Moose, your final thoughts on a player of the game?
My final thoughts are good for Skyridge getting this win finally. My player of the game is no one other than Luke the Dozer Durfee. I love watching him on defense, but it's a beautiful thing to see him when he gets the rock in his hands.
I like that. I'm going to go with Dalton Young for Skyridge. Had the pick 6, another interception, had some big plays for that defense. Congratulations to Luke Durfee and Dalton Young, players of the game on each side. But it's the Falcons, 14-9 over Lone Peak. For Tino, Psyche, Moose Bingham, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us here on Game Night Live Rewind, and we'll see you next time on our Game of the Week.